Hello, and welcome back to a new video. I really need to stop doing that Australian accent because it's absolutely terrible, but it's just ingrained within my soul, so ignore it. We'll move past it. But a couple of weeks ago, I did a video on how to become an online coach, and this week I'm going to make a video on how to become a successful online coach. It's all very well and good getting your qualifications and signing up to some app and getting a couple of people on board, but how do you actually make that your full-time job? I think the first thing we need to think about is the fact that we need to market ourselves online, and it can become so easy to think that we need X amount of followers to be successful, but that is simply not true. I have 4,000 followers on my Instagram. That is where I get the majority of my clients from, and I have hit 6K months. And I know for some people that might not seem a lot, and for some people that might seem absolutely wild. And I know for me, when I was starting online coaching, I didn't ever think that I'd get to the place where I would be hitting the same amount as I was making from my full-time job at the time, and I never thought I'd surpass it, and I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd get to that amount. It has absolutely nothing to do with the amount of followers you have. Followers do not equal success. However, we're going to need to use some kind of online platform to be our primary form of marketing in order to get those clients in, because we're not going to be on the gym floor, so therefore we're not going to be finding clients just in our area, in front of our faces. We're going to have to find them online. So Instagram is going to be important to an extent. You need to make sure that you're putting effort into your chosen platform, and I would suggest doing one platform and doing it really well. At the moment, I've kind of built my business up to where I want it to be, and I've started to branch out into other things. I've started to put my content onto different platforms. I've started YouTube. I've started doing some other things and dabbling around to kind of reach a wider audience. However, when I was first starting out, I just doubled down on Instagram and made sure I was doing it really, really well. There is no point spreading yourself super thin across loads of different platforms because it's never gonna work. Now, I don't wanna see you posting solely informative stuff on your socials because people, quite frankly, do not care. I know you're super excited to get that information out there and you're super excited to share everything that you've learned with people, but people don't actually care. And at the end of the day, people want to see you, they want to see your journey, they want to see your personality, and that's what's going to set you apart from all those other coaches online. So make sure, yes, you provide some value to your audience, but also you're showing a lot of you on there as well. I honestly think that's how I've been able to grow such a lovely community of clients, because I share my personality, and I find that like-minded people will find each other. So if someone really relates to you, if someone likes the way you talk about something, if someone likes your silly jokes or your silly Australian accent at the start of your video, then they're going to gravitate towards you and they're going to want you to be their coach. Therefore, all of my clients are people that I genuinely would be friends with, and I'll do monthly meetups with them, and it's so great, and we just end up clicking so well together because like-minded people will find each other. Within your content, whatever you're putting out, make sure you speak directly to your niche. So in our last video, we were talking about making sure you double down on who it is exactly that you want to work with, and you'll have a bit more of an idea of this if you were on the gym floor as well, because you would have kind of had to just take anyone who came your way, and you would have been able to figure out who you really enjoyed coaching and who you didn't really enjoy coaching, and that's okay. There are also going to be some people that maybe you didn't set out to coach, you didn't set out to enjoy coaching that particular type of person, but actually turns out you're really good at coaching them, and that is the person that gravitates towards you. Stop trying to be super vague within your content and be super generic, because it's just not going to hit. If you're super specific and you're really talking to that person that you want to coach, again, they are going to find you. Now, if you followed my previous video step by step, you should have been on the gym floor a little bit. You should have been collecting clients here and there, being on the gym floor, learning who you want to coach, learning what works best for you, learning new tips, tricks, and techniques. Now you want to move that online, right? Because that's the goal. That's where you want to get to, else you wouldn't be watching this video. So what you want to do is graduate your in-person clients to online. The difference in your two packages, in-person clients and online clients, should be drastic. You should be offering your clients a lot more value online. The fact that you can kind of go over every single thing within online coaching, and in-person PT, you can only really see them once, maybe twice a week. It becomes a bit more expensive. You have to be able to schedule your diaries together. There are so many barriers that get in the way of PT that just are not there with online coaching. So you need to really sell the value to these people, and you need to graduate them from in-person to online. Maybe they've gained confidence, maybe they really understand their form better, maybe they've started to come to the gym on their own a little bit, but they really want to accelerate their progress, that next level. And that's where your online coaching comes in. That's how you're going to start to filter all your in-person people online, taking you off the gym floor a little bit more. Another thing that's going to be really, really helpful, those clients you do have, even if you have 5 clients, right? And you, at this moment in time, you can't go fully online, those 5 clients, do the absolute most for. It is so much easier to keep a client than it is to find a new client. If you do the most for these 5 people, chances are they're going to end up sharing stuff online, they're going to end up telling their friends, you're going to end up having some great social proof through reviews, through photos, whatever it might be, and that is going to start to broaden your audience just from really putting effort into these 5 people. And lastly, put time into your business. When you're first starting out, when you're trying to make your business super successful, you need to put the hours in. I totally understand that you want to work for yourself and you want to have a work-life balance and you want everything to be chill and nice and you want the weekends off and you want the evenings off. That will come after you've put the work in. You need to make sure you're doing everything you possibly can to get you where you want to go. And honestly, if you're not willing to put the effort in, if you're not willing to put the time in, you're not going to be successful. If you follow the tips in my previous video and you follow all the tips in this video, you honestly can't go wrong. If you need any further help, if you want any other tips and tricks, please send me a message, because as I mentioned in my last video, I'm an open book. I don't care to gatekeep any of these things. There's enough people to go around.